Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, did you know that 79% of millionaires received zero inheritance? Now, that's according to a study by Ramsey Solutions, which found that most millionaires built their wealth from scratch. And not because they started with a huge salary, but because they knew how to manage their money wisely and to take advantage of opportunities. So if you've ever thought that I don't make enough to build wealth, this video is going to be for you. And today, I'm going to show you how exactly to get rich on a budget by breaking it down into 3 key strategies. Number 1, mastering your budget to free up cash. Number 2, investing, starting small but staying consistent. And number 3, increasing your income without burning out. I am so happy to have you here with me today. Let's get started. The first step to wealth building isn't earning more necessarily, but it's maximizing what you already have. And that's going to start with a clear and intentional budget. Most people assume budgeting means cutting back on everything fun, but that's just not the case. A good budget gives you more freedom, not less, because it ensures your money is working for you. Now, one of the best budgeting methods is zero-based budgeting. And with this approach, it assigns every dollar a purpose before the month begins so that no money is left unaccounted for. So let's say you take home $4,000 per month, and we're going to use the 50-30-20 rule here to allocate your funds. This is what your budget might look like. You're going to spend 50% on needs, so that's about $2,000, and that would account for your rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, things of that nature. Your next 30% would be spent on wants, so this is about $1,200, and this would include dining out, travel, and entertainment. And the balance, or 20%, would be spent on savings and investing. That's about $800, and this would include things like your emergency fund, 401k, and your Roth IRA. Now, this method ensures that all of your money is allocated, every dollar. So whether it's for living expenses, discretionary spending, or wealth building, you're going to be covered. Now, I know that some of you might be saying that 20% saving isn't realistic yet, but here's how to adjust. You can look at things like hitting expenses. So you can use Rocket Money or Credit Karma to track your unused subscriptions. And this is a great way to also identify unnecessary fees. You can reduce impulse spending by implementing a 48-hour rule before making big purchases. Another big thing that you can look at is optimizing your housing and your transportation costs. If rent is over 30% as an example of your income, you might consider downsizing or try negotiating with your landlord. If you have a high car payment, you might consider trading in that vehicle for another reliable but less expensive alternative, or refinance if you can, if that offers significant savings. You can look at your grocery and takeout spending. Cutting back on eating out just twice a week could free up a great amount of money every month, and you can use that to start investing. And you can also increase your income, but we're going to cover that a little bit later in this video. Now, a tip that I would recommend is to automate your savings first. When money is automatically transferred into your savings account before hitting your checking account, this is something that you're more likely to stick with. Now, once you've freed up extra cash, the next step is making your money work for you. Now, many people assume that investing requires thousands of dollars, but the real key to wealth building isn't about investing large sums. It's about starting early, investing consistently, and letting time do the heavy lifting. Even small daily investments can grow into substantial wealth thanks to compound interest. So let's assume that you earn $50,000 per year. You contribute 5% of your salary to a 401k. This is $2,500 per year, and it breaks down to an investment of $6.85 per day. Let's also assume that your investments are going to grow at an average annual return of 8%. So let's see what happens over time. So after 10 years, you would have contributed $25,000 to your account. And after those 10 years and an 8% annual growth, that's going to grow to be $36,000 in your total balance. After 20 years, your $50,000 contribution would be equivalent to $122,000. And after 30 years and $75,000 contributed, that would be equal to $312,000. That's a $312,000 total balance from just a $6.85 a day contribution. And that's over 75% of your total balance coming from compound growth, not your own contributions. So again, a big tip for you is that time is the biggest factor in investing. And the earlier that you start, the less that you have to contribute to reach your financial independence. Now let's take things a step further. Many employers offer a 401k match program, and this is essentially free money that could potentially double your contributions, and it's something that we've discussed previously. Now let's assume this same figures here, but that your employer is going to match 100% of your contributions, or up to 5% of your salary. And since you contribute $2,500 per year, your employer is also going to contribute $2,500 per year. Your total investment now doubles to $5,000 per year. Now, how does that additional free money from your employer affect your long-term growth potential? So after 10 years, $25,000 contributed from you and $25,000 from your employer is going to have a balance of $72,000. 20 years, $50,000 from you, $50,000 from your employer, $244,000. And after 30 years, $75,000 from you and $75,000 from your employer is going to be equivalent to $624,000. Now that's $624,000 from investing just $6.85 per day in your employer match. So with that said, I'm going to always encourage you to contribute at least up to your employer match, because otherwise you're going to be leaving money on the table. Now, there's only so much you can cut from your budget, but your earning potential is potentially unlimited. And here are a few ideas to boost your income strategically. Consider flexible jobs, things like freelancing. You can use platforms like Upwork and Fiverr to accomplish this. So whether you want to offer social media management opportunities or graphic design, copywriting skills available to people that need it, you can tutor, offer SAT prep, or teach various languages. You may even consider things like virtual assisting, if that's something that's a skill in your repertoire. Another thing that you might consider if you have a full-time job is to ask for a raise. It never hurts to ask. So what you want to do there is to research salary benchmarks, document the things that you're doing for the organization and the value that you're driving. Schedule a performance review conversation with your leader and ask confidently. Be bold with all of the research that you've done and let them know that you believe a salary adjustment is warranted. Now, job hopping may be another thing that you can consider if you're unable to get the raise at your current place of employment. This may be a faster way to getting to the income level that you're looking for. And that's going to do it for us today. Now, you don't need a high salary to build wealth, but you do need a strategy. And by budgeting intentionally, investing consistently, and increasing your income, you're setting yourself up for financial success, no matter where you're starting from. Now, I would love to hear from you. What's one money habit that's helped you to build wealth? Why don't you go ahead and drop that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to the channel, and to hit that notification bell so that you never miss out on our next video. I want to thank you so much for watching. And as always, I encourage you to dream big, to live well, and to do great things. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.